Welcome back, soldier. Today, you're gonna learn how to use your gun. This guide will cover every single gun in a game in one short video. In Arena Breakout, weapons have stats. Understanding each stat is key to getting the best out of your gun. First things first, each weapon reacts to these numbers in their own unique way. For example, an AK-74N that has a 100 vertical recoil stat will still have more recoil than a 100 vertical recoil H416. This is because the devs took in consideration each gun's performance in real life. Make sense? Anyway, starting off with vertical recoil. Vertical recoil is super straightforward. When you shoot your gun, this determines how high your weapon goes up every time it fires a single round. The longer you shoot, the higher your gun points up. The higher the number is on this stat, the less vertical recoil you'll have. Horizontal recoil. This one's a little bit more complex. When you shoot your gun, this determines how far your weapon goes sideways every time it fires a single round. This doesn't necessarily mean just towards the right or the left, because as you shoot, your weapon can bounce left to right repeatedly. This stat determines the distance of each horizontal recoil. Also, the longer you shoot, the farther your gun points and travels to one side. Some guns travel up and right at the same time, so diagonally. The higher the number on this stat, the less horizontal recoil you'll have, meaning the less it travels sideways. Then we have accuracy. Accuracy is bullet grouping, specifically when you're aiming down your weapon. And bullet grouping, aka bullet spread, is how spread out your bullets go every time you fire a weapon towards a specific target. In even more basic terms, this head is your target. Let's say your crosshair is fully locked onto the target and will never move. When you take a shot, accuracy, aka bullet grouping, decides how far your bullet lands from the center of your crosshair. While using buckshot rounds with shotguns, this is the pellet spread of each shot. With full auto weapons, this is the spread the longer you spray and pray. Make sense? The higher the number is on this stat, the more centralized and accurate your hits become. Hipfire stability. This one's simple. It's exactly the same mechanic as accuracy, but only applies when you are not aiming down your weapon, aka hipfire. And just to be clear, the higher the number is on this stat, the more centralized and accurate your hipfire shots become. Effective range. This stat is actually complex as hell, but I have one simple explanation that will give you a clear idea of how it works. The number that you see in this stat means meters. This AK-74N has 80 effective range right now. Its level 3 PP ammo deals 50 base damage. Let's say you shot a target at 80 meters away and they're not wearing any armor. You will deal 100% of the base damage, which is 50, directly to that target without any reductions. Now, the numbers I'm about to give next are not the numbers you'll have in the game, but I really want to make this as simple as possible so I don't confuse you. Okay? Let's say the target is now standing 100 meters away. When you hit that target with the same bullet, you will only deal 45 base damage. They stand 120 meters away, you deal 40. In basic terms, bullets can't just keep traveling. They will have to fall down at some point. And towards the end of their journey, the bullet will be a lot slower, dealing less damage on impact. Also known as damage fall off. Basically, the farther you are from 80 meters, which is the effective range of the weapon, the less damage you deal. Make sense? Now, the calculations will vary because a lot of other factors will join the calculation party. But generally speaking, that's how effective range works. What I didn't say is though, you will always deal 100% damage up to the effective range your weapon has. So if you shoot someone that's 25 meters away or 75 meters away, you'll deal 50 base damage. Again, for the love of God, these numbers are just examples. Ergonomics. Last but definitely not the least. I saved this one for last because this thing is fancy, but it has a huge impact on not just your shooting ability, but also your mobility. In simple terms, ergonomics equals comfortability. The more comfortable and easy your gun is to carry, the easier your life becomes. Let's say you have two items in real life that you have to pick up and carry for as long as possible. One is a big ball, the other is a guitar with a shoulder strap. They both weigh the same, but when you carry the guitar and put the shoulder strap on your shoulder, you'll be able to carry that guitar much longer because it's built better to carry around. This is basically ergonomics in Arena Breakout. Now, how does this translate into Arena Breakout terms? Ergonomics affects stamina. Anything that uses stamina, ergonomics controls it. When you aim down your weapon, you consume arm stamina. When you sprint, you consume leg stamina. In simple terms, the higher the number is in this stat, the more stamina you have while you're carrying this weapon.
That's not exactly it, but you get the point.
The higher the number is in this stat, the longer you can aim or sprint. On the flip side, the lower the number is, the faster you drain stamina. And the lower the number is, the slower you regain stamina. Just to be clear, ergonomics even affect your sprinting stamina drain speed depending on the weapon you're carrying. So let's say you're carrying a Mosin with super low ergonomics, you'll get tired faster when you sprint. Anyway, I hope this class helped. If not, that's great because you can watch my video again. Peace!